Right, Shazzy, we're here back again in the studio recording some more episodes of the Golden Point. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, James, and it's so great to be back. I missed the studio. Great to be back, and I'm so excited. We've got some interesting episodes coming up and some amazing guests as well.
Yeah, it's been a while, but we're back. And again, by popular demand, I'm bringing another of my special T-shirts. This one says, No puedo, tengo padel, which means that I can't, I have paddle, which is very useful for every situation in life. Like someone will be like, oh, you want to come to my birthday party? I can't, I have paddle. Want to come to my wedding? I can't, I have, unless you get married on a paddle court. Yeah. I'll be there. But yeah, it's one that that my partner is not very happy to see when I rock it out. But yeah, I think it defines a lot how we think about this sport.
Honestly, this is my life right now. All I'm doing is playing paddle. I think in the last 2 to 3 weeks, James, I may have had one day off. It's gotten a little bit insane. I think because of the Golden Point, and I was already very famous. Now I'm infamous, you know. And I'm getting a lot of requests. Yeah. Everyone wants to play with, you know, the legend himself. And
do you have his number?
Just admit it, man. I'm a legend, all right?
for different reasons.
Honestly, I'm playing so much. I'm actually like, if you notice, I'm a little bit tired today because I'm just playing. Yeah. I wasn't supposed to play yesterday, but my buddy called. Sorry, someone dropped out. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. You know, I said okay in a split second. That's how it's much automatic. I'm loving paddle right now.
And also, you're playing so much that you just casually showed up with a medal.
Yes.
Fell out of your pocket.
Yep. This recently it just fell out of my pocket actually.
You have so many medals. Like
I think I didn't wash these shorts. But this was from the IPT Inclusive Paddle Tour.
Nice.
Amazing event, amazing initiative. We did kind of like a live reel from there as well, which a lot of people liked. But it was an amazing event, playing with people of determination, people with disabilities, or, you know, people who've been in accidents and in wheelchairs or with prosthetic limbs.
Yeah.
James, it was just so inspiring to see these people and what they've been through, and loving paddle, traveling the world with paddle, and playing in this tournament. I almost won the Breitling watch, but Diego from IST,
tell me, what
happens
happened?
To work for the organizer, I don't know how that works.
Shocking.
Okay. He came in and he took the Breitling watch, but I've got a beautiful Knox racket, which we'll talk about later, but amazing racket.
Yeah.
But amazing event.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, hey, Shazzy, look, I think it's time we introduce our next guest, someone that would probably very much agree with the message I have on my shirt, someone who's very influential in the paddle scene here in Dubai. He's been for a while, knows paddle inside out, has been playing way before it was famous and under the lights, and just has a very fresh, unique take on how the sport's evolving, especially in the UAE, where it is and where he thinks it should be going. There's some hot, spicy takes there that we'll be reviewing.
And is he our first ever Spanish?
Sí. Finally, a proper nationality on this program. He's our first Spanish guest, someone who's extremely active within the Spanish community here in Dubai, and someone that I've genuinely enjoyed chatting to. So, without further ado, let's introduce the guest for today, Luis Conde. Welcome to the Golden Point UAE. How are you?
Thank you very much. Very well. Thank you for the introduction. It's an honor to be here with you both guys. I really enjoy the podcast, and it's really an honor to be part of it.
Thank you. You know, Luis, I have, me and you talk regularly, and I always love to get your opinion on things and also your take on things, and it's great to have you here. Honestly, it's a moment that I knew was going to come because I really wanted you to be on the show, on the podcast. So I'm super happy that you're here. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. And as Shazzy says, you speak a lot. It's probably he speaks a lot. You listen a lot more.
Most of the time.
No, funny enough, when he's talking, I listen, you know?
It's selective.
Yeah. No, because, he has that,
Yeah.
I really, there are people in the community. I'm new to paddle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing for 4 or 5 years. I'm probably one of the best players out there now, okay? But when there are people in the community that grew up with paddle, and there's a lot of Spanish guys and Argentinian guys that live here now in Dubai that really grew up with paddle.
Yeah.
If I had grown up with paddle, I'd be world number one. I definitely, or Iran number one, I don't know, but
Australia number one.
and a bit younger. But the people that really, really grew up with paddle, they're the people I really like to talk to about paddle, because they've seen everything from the very early days, the ground up, the grassroots, all of that stuff.
The evolution,
The evolution, and so I like to hear from those people.
No,
and I listen to those people.
Yeah.
I don't talk over them often, okay? Forgive me in advance if I do talk over you, but I'm excited. It's the passion. It's not being obnoxious. It's passion. It's passion for paddle.
Passion. But Luis, going on the back of what Shazzy's saying. So obviously you've been playing paddle since you were very young in Spain. You've seen paddle in an era that is extremely different to what we're having now. You've seen paddle before the fame, before the lights. Tell us a bit, how was that paddle scene in the 90s in Spain?
Yeah, so I would like to start saying that at the end, growing with paddle was something, and still something, and nowadays is absolutely natural in Spain. No? So now in Spain is the number one sports in number of people practicing. Not in the number of licenses, because still football is ahead, but now paddle took over even basketball.
But that's crazy, because, as you know, football in Spain is almost like a religion. So to have people, more people practicing paddle than football for me is insane. Like, that just shows as well how the sport has grown in a country that already has a tradition of the sport.
I think is that the reason is quite simple. It's at the end, when people play paddle, they keep on playing, and it doesn't have any limitation in terms of kids can play, women can play, men can play, seniors can play. And football, I have many friends that they are football players, and it has certain age because you get injured, then it's a bit of a drama how other people play. Younger players, they are very rush and hard on them, so they stop playing. But paddle is something that you can play until the end of your life, almost. And it's super social, and that's the major success, no? And we call it the fourth set. Is when you finish the match and you go for the beers to chat. So sometimes it's even the excuse for people to meet each other. So it's super common in Spain that people have their weekly games scheduled with their school colleagues. That otherwise they will not be seeing each other because they have complete different lives, but they know that every Tuesday at 8 o'clock they play paddle, and after they have some beers and they can catch up with each other. No? So having said that, I'm back to your point. Growing with the sport, it was something natural. I started playing around the age of 10, I will say. Start playing in Fuencarral, that is Fundación Prado Valcárcer, a la par nowadays.
Please, can you translate that, James? Or is that not? That was not Spanish.
So basically,
I'm joking.
Yeah. So it's in Madrid. It's a school for people with special needs.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay. So they have this school where they do the workshops. They teach them. They do many manual stuff. They clean cars. And they have this amazing paddle and some tennis courts. And it was one of the very original clubs that was open. It was not for the people who have to pay the fee for entry. So I remember very well going over there in the 90s. But as I said, I was not regularly playing paddle, no? It was something more from time to time, and especially I was playing paddle during summer times. Because in Spain, especially during the 90s, that was a real estate boom, and there was a lot of things that they were built at that time. On the seaside compounds, no, they stopped building them with tennis courts, and they started building them with paddle courts. So as kids, all those, you were spending hours and hours in the pool, and aside the pool, there was these paddle courts. So we start playing.
We're talking 30 years ago, no?
Yeah.
Almost. Okay,
Almost.
sorry, I'm not trying to give away your age.
No,
I think you're much
40,
younger than
I'm
me.
40,
You are 40. Okay, so 30 years ago, you have to understand, I came into this, James, you're probably playing longer, I'm not sure, but do I know?
This is the thing, like, because a lot of people ask me, well, James, you grew up in Spain, so therefore you must have been playing paddle since you were 10. And it's like, no, because, and it's something that Luis and I were discussing, paddle in the 90s was almost for the elites, or that, at least how it was portrayed, right? It wasn't something that everyone was doing.
Right.
I mean, I remember...
and most courts were in people's backyards or in compounds or homes, right?
So this is the thing. So at the end, and we can summarize a little bit the story of the sport, no? So how it was born in Mexico with Corcuera, that was the need of someone that was not fitting the tennis court.
Yeah.
So we all know the story, or if you don't know, you can check it online. But basically, this guy invented this sport. People, they were very popular hosts, so they were having a lot of people coming and guests from abroad, from different places, and people, they were really enjoying, beside of their company, beside of being in Mexico, this sport that this guy invented, no? And one of those people were Alfonso de Hohenlohe. So this guy was part of royalty, and he brought the sport into Marbella club. And it became super popular over there. But again, 90s, Marbella, super flashy. It was like the place to be.
I think I was there at some point in the late 90s, by the way.
Rich people, money, amazing. Jesus Gil.
Legend.
And it began to grow from there into a very posh club with a lot of history, normally in tennis and golf. No? So in Madrid it was La Moraleja, Club de Campo.
La Moraleja is like probably the most, high-end neighborhood in Madrid.
Yeah, Club de Campo. Then in Seville we have Pineda, Puerto de Santa Maria in Cádiz, Vista Hermosa. So we're very, super posh clubs where the sports began, no? With that, so we have clubs where they were very, very exclusive, no? Mm-hmm. And then we have villas, or the new compounds that they were building, that they were putting those paddle courts. So, and on top of it, some people who start playing it, I think it becomes really popular when Spanish president, Jose Maria Aznar, he started playing in it. So the first time that people were seeing the sports on TV was because of this guy playing in it. So at the end, you have basically these three factors. And what James was saying is, at the end, padel was really from the very beginning associated to the elites. And it was having this, I will say that I don't know how to say it, this remark of just being a sport from the elite, and people were not very into it because of that.
Right,
so people were saying like, padel, this is from...
Yeah. And then it exploded, or what?
And then, because it was something at the end that starts becoming more popular, at the very beginning, the courts, they were brick walls that we were having. So at the end, not glass. So more, factories start producing the glass. At the end, it becomes popular.
Also, you started playing with wooden rackets.
I play with wooden rackets.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? We've got these beauties here in front of us.
Yeah. Although I think some rackets today, manufactured by some brands, are like wooden rackets anyway. I won't mention names.
And guys, you don't understand. Because I play with wooden rackets. The first rubber ones was a massive change of the game.
Revolutionary.
Absolutely. We were bringing the material, the rackets, from Argentina back in the days, because the Argentinians, they were producing them, and there were, certain brands that nowadays I think they almost disappeared. Right. and they were super thin. And then from there, the rubber appears, and there was no law regarding how the rackets should be. And I saw rackets that they were this
thick. Wow.
Yeah. And then federations say, no. The maximum is going to be 38.
Right.
And now every single racket is 38, besides certain brands that they are producing some models that they are a bit thicker, thinner.
Why do you think the sport transitioned from having walls and to glass?
Because they wanted to see players like me. You know, they wanted to see the visuals.
Yes, that's
and
the
how
main
we
reason.
play.
Yes.
Is it the reason they wanted?
Well, the main reason is for imagine trying to watch a professional match with wall all around you. You'd have to be.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it would be difficult,
or
right?
Stadium around the top.
Exactly.
Actually, we should maybe create something like that.
And another fun story I think you can share is the change in the glass height that we were talking about earlier.
The glass is, I think it's in the World Cup. I think the first World Cup that they play in two different places. I think they started in La Moraleja.
Yeah, was that 92?
92.
Yeah.
Sassi, for you to know first, it was almost impossible to hit por tres with the wooden rackets. So it was.
Why are you saying for me to know?
No, just for your information. For your information.
Luis,
I do portraits all the time, by the way.
It's still impossible for him.
but there was the brick walls. There was having this angle where the wall was finishing and the fence was starting.
Okay.
That was this thick, and they were very. The people were playing very well with the hand, and they were putting the ball there. So the ball was bouncing. And was going back to the net. So it was an impossible shot to return, because you were back to the line and someone was putting the ball there, and it was not. You were not able to reach.
Unbelievable.
So the glass, and then in the World Cup for '92, then they move. I think the finals they moved it into the Expo in Seville, and it came this idea. I don't know which player they built this court that was. I don't know, a cage, and since then they start. What happened, talking about the evolution, everything has changed. Everything has changed in paddle. I think beside the ball, honestly speaking, and we will talk about it a bit later, but beside the ball, the materials, the shoes, the rackets, of course, even the court. What happened is that the courts, how it was defined, first, the fence was not this kind of fence, was like a wicker fence.
Right, like a normal fence that goes around like a property or something like that. Like the one that was like this, right?
For the chickens.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow, you're joking.
It was like that. And then the first wall, instead of being a 3 meters wall, was a 2 meters wall. And it was having 2 meters fence, and then the glass or the wall at 3 meters. So now you know that the glass is 3 meters, and then you have fence for one addition.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So the glass size is 3 meters. 3 meters, 3 meters, 3 meters. This side glass, where you receive the serve, that glass at the very beginning, was 2 meters, and then the fence was the additional meter.
Yes, right.
But
and I've seen that because it goes like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So it goes like
yes,
and then
yes.
So what happened is that when the tour starts, because at the beginning all these different tours that before World Padel, now we have Premier, before we have World Padel Tour, before World Padel Tour we have Pro Tour, and before then we have many small tournaments. They were played on clubs, so the courts were already there.
Yes.
And they were organizing, and people were playing there. But when the tour starts, it changed the way of, now I'm going to bring the paddle into the main square of Valladolid. And in the middle of the square, I'm going to build the court. And so they were needing to carry those glasses. And not only to carry them, they will need to have some replacement in case of something.
So it had to be standardized. It had to be.
So instead of having 2 different size glasses, they decide.
Yes.
All the same.
Right.
And like this.
Makes sense, especially for event organization, global event organization. Nice. Wow. We're learning a lot today, okay? I'm learning a lot. Today is very educational.
Welcome to Paddle 101.
4 years ago, you arrived in Dubai. You rock up here, you go play your first tournament, you reach a final,
I think it was against me.
Playing on the backhand. What did you think when you got here, you played your first tournament and got to the final?
Which tournament was it as well? Do you remember?
I remember perfectly.
Okay.
I have an extremely good memory, and especially for the pleasant memories. No. So I remember at that time I was playing heavily paddle in Spain. So as I was saying at the beginning, and maybe to connect the dots, I play randomly, and I think it was during a summer internship that I was doing in the Central Bank of Spain. Basically, I was stuck in Madrid in August with nothing to do. We were only working during the mornings. So we were a gang of young people, and we decided, along with other plans, that we will start playing some paddle. And we start playing regularly during the weekdays. It was extremely easy. No one was around, so you were able to get a court easily. That's one of the challenges that now you face in Spain. That is almost impossible to get the court. Something that is starting to happen over here.
Yes.
And after playing regularly, I fall in love completely with the sport, and I really challenged myself, like, okay, I need to learn to play a bandeja, because at that time, like, bandeja was like, what is this shot? Where is this came from? So I decided to start training and getting some coaching lessons. Okay. So, and this is how it started. So at that moment, I was already playing for a while, heavily in Spain. And I came over to Dubai, and obviously I was super into the sport. Someone connected me with my dear friend, Luis Conde.
I know him because I was a member of the Creek for 27 years, and he was working at Park Hyatt.
So he was the second on command on the Park Hyatt. A friend of mine gave me his contact. I'm looking for some paddle games. I said, okay, come over. We have a tournament this weekend. And it was one of these tournaments that the Emirates Golf Club.
Okay, it was one of those ones. Okay.
One of those.
It was RRA, I believe, at the time.
RRA, yeah.
Now it's Via Padel.
Via Padel,
yes, okay.
Yeah. So we played over there. We started playing the tournament without knowing each other. So at that time.
And he's left-handed, so
he's not. He's not left-handed. He's a very aggressive right hand.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
With a very good vibra. It's like Mike Young was.
Yes.
So, and at that moment in time, I was playing both sides. So I play left. And I remember well, I mean, it was a 3-day tournament. So we were reaching the different stages. And we lost the final against Mo Gala from Padel Pro.
Mm-hmm. It's a good memory, yeah? That is a very good memory.
I remember very well playing against Lewis and Lewis in Oxygen. We were up 4-2. Me and my partner at the time, the Iranian, Imad Goudi, and he was like top 600 in the world. I don't know, ITF tennis player. We were up 4-2 against these guys, and they came back and beat us 6-4. Basically won 4 games in a row. Do you remember that? No? Come on! We were up. You don't remember? He has selective memory now. He did say he only remembers the good stuff.
Shazzy, he only remembers.
Sorry.
He only remembers challenger matches. The easy ones just.
You should have seen
but
it's Lewis and Lewis.
But it was true that before coming, I was trying to make the memory of how I met you, Shazzy, and I was not able to recall.
It was those events. Yeah. We met through a couple of events.
I know, but what I was trying to remember, the first time we play against each other, and I was not able to recall. I recall perfectly when I played James, because it was a 700. Yeah. I think it was a quarterfinal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because the first memory I have was at I think it was Emirates Golf Club.
The first time we played each other was in 700 in a quarterfinals, and I was playing with Luis. I was playing left side as well.
Who was I playing with? Do you remember?
I think it was maybe these Indian guys. You were playing left.
Yeah, it was Addy then. Yeah. Yeah. And how do you feel that the level, or not the level, but the style of paddle is different here compared to Spain?
Well, the level, first in Spain, more players you have, higher level you get. It's as simple as this. This is why in the Olympics, the people with the countries with higher population are normally leading the table, no? By default. Yeah. This is how it is. So, and in Spain, at the end, it's about people practicing, also the clubs that you have, the academies that you have, the coaches you have. So this is making Spain now lead. Argentina keep on, but now I think they are really kind of struggling, honestly speaking, and that's why we are seeing many European countries kind of taking over.
All the Argentinians are coming to Dubai. They're going to be Dubai residents and representing Dubai now.
No, but it's funny because I was seeing the FIP ranking for juniors. How many? Tell me what are the nationalities on the ranking?
In the FIP,
Junior. It's a challenge.
Junior, yeah. No, I haven't looked, to be honest.
No,
But
no, it's
I'm
me neither.
I'm guessing Spanish and Argentinian.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that I think they were first. There are two. The ones that are leading are two Portuguese.
Wow.
Then,
Italians.
I mean, the funny thing, I cannot recall it, but there was few Spanish, I think one Argentinian, but there was also one from Chile, Swedish. And this is what is coming. This is what is coming. So it's a little, and I don't even recall if there was some Argentinian or not. Even
the sport is growing massively, and you're going to get that. And the other thing I want to say, and I think you will probably agree with this, and maybe we hear from you. Since I started playing, if I was considered, I felt I was one of the better players 4 or 5 years ago. It's changed dramatically now, and the people that I was beating then are killing me now, you know, and people are progressing. Have you faced the same?
Of course. Oh, no, of course. I mean, and I have very nice examples of people that I was winning and they make a huge improvement, and now they are ages above my level.
Give us an example.
There was a moment in time that I was beating Yashan, and I think at that time he was playing with this Filipino guy before, that we were beating them. I mean, we were struggling. Because the funny thing is that I'm touching the trophies, but I'm never winning easily. Never.
Yeah.
Never what? Sorry.
I'm never winning easily.
Easily, right?
It's not that I'm tricky in the category,
yes.
and that's why I'm always trying to say that. I mean, I'm 40 years old. I have 3 kids. I work in an office, so I don't have the time. I don't have the body to compete against kids of 20 years.
I've seen some of your epic finals events actually, and I've witnessed it myself. It hasn't always come easy, right? You know, so you said Jasha and Ali. Joseph, is that the Filipino guy you were talking about?
No.
Not Joseph, okay.
No. There was another guy.
You mentioned Adi before. I remember when Adi came to the Shazzy's community, where he was and where he is now also.
Yeah, huge improvement. Huge improvement.
I think you played your first event here with me as well, no?
Yeah, I got tricked by Shazzy about 2 days after I arrived in Dubai.
Listen, I am getting this a lot. People come here.
Yeah.
They say, you know, who should I play with? Who should I connect with? And Shazzy comes up.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I'm rocking my Spanish Society, and I think we're going to talk about the Spanish Society, right? I'm rocking my Spanish Society shirt like yours, but this is the last event of the year in November. My first ever Spanish Society event.
Bienvenido.
Thank you finally for the invitation. Somehow I managed to get there. But just an example of what I was saying.
Yeah.
The best player in the tournament wanted to play with me, right? You put the guy
Wait. Wanted to play with me? I think that's a bit of an overstatement. Jorge, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
I think the only reason Luis put Jorge with me was because...
Compensate.
Because we played the higher level category. And if I was a little bit better, we'd be too high for the category, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. You know, so you put Jorge, this 30-something-year-old ex-professional, played with our...
he was the partner of Arturo Coelho.
He was a partner for Arturo Coelho. And
Coelho.
He went from Arturo Coelho to Shazzy.
Yeah.
Shazzy, okay? Stepping it up a bit. But what a great event. I really enjoyed that. And what a great guy. Jorge, if you're watching, we're going to...
Sorry.
He would like to apologize to you. We almost made it, huh? Of course, I got 95% of the ball because if Jorge was touching it...
I told Jorge to bring the hat, the scarf and the gloves.
Yeah. He brought the chair also at the end as well.
So he was well prepared for the fridge.
He was. I saw him on the chair, like shivering, while I was like wiping sweat off, and my heart rate was like 177 or something like that. But what a great event like that. I mean, I don't know, maybe this is a cue to go on.
Yeah,
to
no, absolutely,
Spanish
absolutely.
society.
Touching on that, I mean, you quite early on, I think you connected with the existing Spanish community.
So Spanish Society was born 6 years ago. The promoters, the creators were Salva and Jose Nacher. From the very beginning, the idea was at the end there were many different groups of Spanish people, almost same age, but they were crossing paths in events, in paddle clubs. So they said, okay, why not? We will bring together all these people. We organize some social related to sports, but also with the social part of hanging out together later on. So this is how it started. It started having these events at WPA that was starting at the same time. And this is with the idea that was born as a non-profit organization, just to gather the Spanish community along with the sports and also for hanging out session afterwards. And since then, Jose returned to Spain 2.5 years back. And at that time, Salva opened it up for more people to help him. And yeah, I was honored to become part of it, along with Leti and Chris Amate. We were all bringing different skills to the committee of the Spanish Society. And that's it. I mean, at the end, it's the same spirit. A non-profit organization where we aim to host, and we are currently hosting the largest paddle events across the Spanish community in UAE. It's something that I think is a super good and nice entry for many people, because there are still more Spanish people coming all over. So it's a super good entry for the people.
Yeah.
I had such a good time, James. I think you were there. No? Yeah, sorry. I forgot you were there. Sorry, James.
Oh
you're not forgettable, okay?
The guy who just got invited forgets the.
Listen. I'm playing so much paddle. I don't know who I played with yesterday.
It's true. It's hard to remember the days, and it's all fuzzy.
But it was such a great event, and you know, the Shazzy's events that we do is like 3 hours in and out. It's back to back.
Yeah.
There isn't really a lot of time. I mean, people still socialize and whatever, but Shazzy's like bang, 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 bang. You know, it's like an Iron Man paddle.
And that's the beauty of it. From a player perspective, it's amazing. Right?
3 hours in and out. You're back to the family. You're back to the wife. Wife isn't saying, hold on, you were away the whole day.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, and I don't like playing in tournaments where I have to wait, but the Spanish society, the people, the organization, the very good price, the nice merchandise, but also Emirates Golf Club.
Yeah.
Via Paddle, 10 courts, outdoors. It's more than 10 courts, I think. The beverages, the food.
It's a bit what Luis is saying.
The weather. I mean, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The stuff at the end of the society was great. Everyone mixing. I met some great people, future clients for my real estate business.
It's going back to what Luis was saying at the beginning, especially in Spain, the element, the social element, right? The fourth set, what happens after the match is as important as the match, right? So I think this is what a lot of people value from events such as the ones you host, is that you have, it's not just paddle where the level's very good, but on top of that, you're meeting great people. You're meeting the ex-partner of Coelho, for example.
Well, I played with him.
Yeah. And then you're having some drinks and you're having a laugh. And every time I looked around, everyone looks happy.
Yeah. Smiling.
No one's sitting in a corner bored or looking at. Everyone's having a laugh, relaxed, enjoying it. And that is so, so important.
And wives and family were there. Wives were playing. They have different levels. I think it was from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. or something like
200
that.
players, right?
So so we are organizing. This is how we are currently doing. Because of how we are growing, maybe we will need to rethink a little bit on how we are organizing. But the current setup is we are doing the paddle tournament on a single day. We have different categories all playing together, different timings, different schedule.
You label it, I think, silver, gold. How do you label it?
So we label it gold, silver, bronze, and the same for ladies.
I was in gold, by the way.
And there was we organized one with gold plus, where it was coach plus student.
Nice.
Nice.
We are keep on thinking on.
How to improve? We always do. You know,
We are open for suggestions. We are open. So for us, I mean, the key element, as you said, I mean, it's about having fun and about hanging together, being together. There's people that we are not seeing each other unless that we organize these tournaments.
Okay.
I think it's very well paid in the sense of you pay the entry. You get a super fancy t-shirt.
It was like, what is it, 200 dirhams?
200 dirhams.
200 dirhams. You get this beautiful shirt as well, which I'm proud to wear.
And
One beverage.
One beverage voucher, yes.
very important.
Yes. And this is it. So we try to very well balance the levels. We try to know each other well, so we can set up a good team so the level is equal, so we don't have anyone trying to go on a lower category. And this is it. I mean, our challenge right now is, I think, to keep all the people that we start the Spanish community. But the thing is that now, I mean, everyone's calendar is super busy. People are traveling. People are having any other events. We are organizing them on Saturdays because we are with the idea of later on after the tournament going out somewhere for a dinner, for drinks. So that's why it's only a single day, and we start at 9, we finish at 9, and later on we go for the dinner and for the event. So that's why this is a challenge. And I'm going to open it, and we have good prices, no cash. We have vouchers, Parjaya, the Villa, and especially we have nice rackets, nice material, paddle material.
Nice. That's the way I think it should be.
Because you were mentioning before that everything in paddle has changed, has evolved, except these bad boys. And I really enjoyed speaking to you about something that you're working on that kind of touches on this, but also has a very unique way of doing it. So why don't you tell us a bit more about Pascal Box?
Yes, so Pascal Box is my side business related to paddle, no? And Pascal Box is a ball pressurizer.
Ah, okay.
Basically, I mean, amazing idea that this guy, Luis Fernando, had on his garage as all the top ideas in the world. He's an engineer, he's almost 65 years old, and this guy was playing a tennis player, and he realized about how the sport was evolving and how the technology was applied to every single thing in the sports, racket sports, beside the ball. No? And in Spain, he started creating different prototypes, and then now he has 2 different lines, the Pascal Box amateur line and the professional. The amateur line is a tube, and you pressurize it, and the ball recovers the right pressure. No? So at the end, you will extend the ball life. This is something very, I mean, is the main revenue stream in Spain is this one, the amateur line, because there are a lot of people that they play once a week. Yeah. So here, I think right now is not something super top, because I think the community is super polarized. Either you have people like Shazzy that plays out of the last month 29 days out of 30, or people that played very randomly and they are super new into the sport, they are really beginners, and they don't care with what ball they are playing because they don't realize how a new ball bounces compared to an old ball. No? Yeah. But still, we are bringing in it. I mean, we are not doing a massive thing of it. And then we have the Pascal Box Pro, that is these pots where you put, is for coaches, for academies.
Very useful.
Was this the original brand that does this? Because
it is.
Because there are other people, or let's say Head or whatever.
Yeah, but honestly, not because they are not mine, but I mean,
this is the original, and it's the best.
This is the original. The Pro line is thought for academies, and basically it replaced the trolley that the coach is using for this pot. That basically at the end of each session, the coach will pressurize the pot, and the ball will recover the right pressure. With this, we get 3 things that are super important. The first is we'll save money because you will buy less balls.
Of course.
The second thing is that you will play and you will be coached with the same ball that they were born, they were open at the same time. Right now, if you go to, even here in the table, we have Babolat, Head Pro, Nox, another Babolat, Babolat A, Babolat Ace, Babolat Court. So 4 different balls with different life cycles. If you go to any basket of any coach in Dubai, you will find, I don't know, 6 different brands. Yeah. So when you are coaching, I mean, it's impossible that you get the same taste of the head if the ball has different brand, different life.
Right.
With this, I mean, you get everything is standardized.
Oh, wow.
And this is why it's mainly used for every single pro coach nowadays in Spain is using Pascal Box. If you see, I mean, all the academies, the top academies, they are using Pascal Box. So we mentioned savings, we mentioned the quality of what they were giving, and also something that is super now interesting, and people, they are very conscious in Europe, a bit less over here in the Middle East, is about what are we doing with the ball once it dies, no? Basically, nowadays, there is no way or easy or clean way for recycling the balls. When I'm trying to position Pascal Box, most of the clubs, what they are saying is, okay, I have plenty of balls, what I can do with them. It's like, so we are producing a huge amount of garbage that all padel player needs to be conscious of. How many balls you open along through a year. So if you can stop wasting balls and extend the usage of them, it will be.
So why not event organizers then? Why don't I use it for Shazzies? Is it possible?
It's possible.
And okay, so this is the important question, right? This is what I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Please.
Shazzies uses, we do 6 courts, 12 teams will use 10 to 12 cans of balls per event. Can I put these balls after the first event into the Pascal Box Pro?
Yes.
And use it a second and a third time?
Yes, absolutely.
How many times can I use them?
So in Spain, we have run tests where people on the academies, they use for the entire year. So they start the course.
The same balls for the entire year?
But that's academy. But I'm talking if people, because I also don't want to upset,
No, even better.
A connoisseur like you coming to Shazzy's and say, oh, you didn't get new balls,
You will get that comment every single time, because even nowadays.
There's still not a proper understanding.
But even you, that you are opening cans like one after each other,
like champagne.
You will find people that when they are not new, they will say, you are not getting me new balls, and for the quarter.
Even when they're new, they're like, these balls are not new.
They
are. We just opened them, but they're not new. So yeah, it's true.
Well, Luis, that's amazing. I mean, I think that's a great product. I'm very interested myself. I can buy, or you can sponsor me. As you know, I'm a
of course.
influencer. But just coming back to events, and we touched on it a little bit. Final thing for today's podcast, I wanted to ask you, what is your opinion on the quality of events that are going on now by organizers? And the big subject for me that I would like to hear your feedback on is prize money.
Thank you for bringing it to the table. No, so I mean, I think first, it's amazing. The quality of the events, they are really, really top. I think what we are seeing nowadays on the scene is that most of the clubs, they are stepping out of the events, and they are letting freelancers or organizations that they run this type of events. So it's good for the clubs because it's less work, less pressure, and also is bringing some business to someone else. No, we are lacking of first anticipation or calendarization. No, it's like these events, they are not well announced way in advance. No, there are very few that they are very well announced in advance. Mm-hmm. So that was something that will help each other. No, because how many times you find yourself that you are organizing a tournament at that same weekend you have another 5 exactly targeting the same people. So that will help each other. The community is not that big that we can help each other. Okay, you are targeting C+, maybe I can target this, it will help. So this is how I will see it. Another thing is we are doing the same kind of events. In Spain, this is called express. It's like one afternoon, one morning, boom, 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 boom. I call it the Hunger Games of paddle, because it's like the last man standing is the one who wins, because at the end it's super challenging physically speaking.
Natural selection.
Yeah. And that's an advantage for people that they are on good shape compared to others compared to others like me. Shazzy has a huge advantage.
Round is a shape.
I will say I'm willing to see more different kind of events. People need to take the risk of launching different kind of events. Maybe I was discussing with James, maybe a tournament like playing every single day of the week. So you start on a Monday and maybe you finish playing the final on Sunday and are full match and you play only one match per day. This is not happening.
I have something in the pipeline which we will talk, because I like to get we'll talk off camera because I want to get your opinion, but it's something that I'm also bringing from golf, which is very interesting. It's very similar to what you're saying, but annual.
Exclusive.
Sorry, continue.
This is the two main things. And then when you mentioned the
prize money, yeah.
For me, I'm coming from Spain first. I mean, I completely disregard the prize money being cash. For amateurs. So I will distinct having amateurs and pros. Professional players, they play for money because it's their job. And it is how it should be. I mean, these guys, they are most of them coaching, so they are already in a paddle court 8 hours per day. So imagine yourself needing to go into real estate on a Sunday. Not pleasant.
And can I tell you one thing? And again, this brings me back to golf. In golf, the federation globally tells the federations locally that you're not allowed to have cash prizes or certain level of prizes for amateurs. And I personally think that maybe this should also be applied here or everywhere in the world in terms of amateurs in paddle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you need to have the freedom but at the end, the community should speak themselves. I think it's super nice for people to get cash, but also it drives incorrect behavior, honestly speaking. I mean, you will see people coming just for the cash, people trying to go on a lower level than their category itself. So people, for matchmaking, they are normally one level up of their level.
True. Trying to go one level up.
No, I'm a B minus, I'm a B player. These players that you put me with, never again. And it's the other way around when it comes to the tournament. It's like, no, I'm a C minus, C max, I can be. So for me, amateurs, no cash. You can still have super nice prizes, but also will come with a lower entry. You don't need to put cash, you have a lower entry, so you will play for fun, you will play for the willing of competitiveness.
Because I think there is a community out there, people who don't play tournaments because it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Financially, they look at the price to play, and it's like,
at the same time, they're playing against people that are over what's supposed to be
or just can't put.
They're losing 6-0, 6-0.
Or they don't want to put 250 dirhams on the table for something that's going to last 30 minutes. It's 3 sets and you go home, for example, right? So I think if you lower the entry fee, and the prize is still cool, but it's just not cash, you're going to get a much wider community trying to join these events.
One thing I'll tell you, and coming back to events and clubs, another guy that I know shares your opinion, and another guy that I also speak to a lot is Diego. Diego from ISD Paddle, and at the last event, I've been to 2 of their events in the last 1 month: the ISD Cup and the ISD. That's where I'm getting to. That's where I'm going to. ISD Cup and the IPT. And Diego has always been never cash. But also ISD's upping their game. You know, they got some nice sponsors. You're wearing the Breitling watch that you won at the ISD Cup. I had a chance to win the same watch last weekend at the ISD IPT Inclusive Tour. But Diego, as I said, the manager of the club, I don't know how he comes into it and beats me. Okay. But anyway, he got the watch. But that's another way that you can take the level up. It doesn't have to be cash. It can be nice sponsors. Although I want to talk to the sponsors out there. I'm pointing at you. the brands, support the paddle community, support the paddle events, because that's what's really needed. It shouldn't be cash. Cash somehow
sends the wrong message.
Sends the wrong message. I also agree.
Absolutely, and I'm not saying not having the prize. I mean, people should compete just for the aim of challenging themselves. And also, it's very interesting people that they do not compete, but they are very good players. When it comes to a tournament, they don't know how to play. Because playing just for, I mean, when you are you are on the competition, it's, I mean, you have a different level of pressure.
Yes.
And it's fun as well to see very nice players playing with the chicken hand.
Yes.
Because they are super stressed.
T-Rex.
So this is the first thing, but I'm not saying not prizes. I mean, you should have prizes.
I won this amazing racket.
No, but
I would much rather win that than
you have
cash.
paddle material, you have vouchers. I mean, imagine, going to, we have a 99 sushi bar, that is one of our sponsors. Imagine, going to Thuma for a brunch. I mean, it's worth it, the money, but it's not cash.
Shazzy's originally was no cash, for your information. Now we do 1,000 dirhams. It's not a lot of money anyway. And I always say at my mandatory player briefing and photo opportunity or photo shoot, whatever it's called, group photo. This is a community. It's not a lot of cash. Keep it fair.
But that's the point, right? The fact that you have to say it's not a lot of cash is exactly what we're saying here. It's like, why do you need to say that? It should just be, guys, welcome to the community. Have fun.
Yes.
This is a place where we play paddle. We have fun. We enjoy. We're respectful of each other. We compete hard. But and that's it. There's not a lot of cash. Is exactly the problem that we're discussing here.
True.
It shouldn't even be cash.
Thanks to you guys, I'm now going to eliminate cash from the Shazzy's.
Thanks, Luis. Thanks, Luis.
But you will increase the voucher of El Padel.
Exactly.
El Padel, yes.
Exactly. Where do you think in the UAE the sport needs to invest more going forward?
When we talk about paddle, we have, I don't know guys if you know, we have the Swedish example of, there was a bubble in Sweden, and this is what people try to do not repeat. No? In Sweden, they start growing the sport like hell. It was super on fashion. They start building amazing clubs in the middle of nowhere, where there were only 4 townhouses, and they built a 20 courts club. So here I think they are trying to regulate it a little bit. That is good. It's important that the sport grows on a consistent way. This popularity, it can remain, but it can disappear. And imagine next year lacrosse is starting to be played by many influencers, and people will start playing lacrosse.
I'd be good at that as well, I think.
You will be the best, of course. Yes. But it will mean that you will give up on paddle and you will start in lacrosse. And this can happen, no? I mean, if you play paddle, it's really weird that you walk out unless that you are injured. But this can still happen. So it's important that this component, we all acknowledge it, that can exist. And you need to grow. How you grow a sport is from the bottom, no? So
grassroots.
You need to invest on kids.
Yes.
So I want to mention McDonald's Academy. This is an example of growing the community. Because it's very, very little money that you need to put, and you can send the kid to try the sports. That is something that right now is not happening much. At the end, all these summer, winter camps that the clubs, is a significant amount of money that you need to put for the kid, and this is where we need to invest. At the end, the success of the sport in UAE, the investment will need to come from the kids, and to grow at the same level with the same investment. I think the women community, you can see, you can feel it. How many tournaments you have for men, how many you have for ladies. There is a huge
and maybe a seniors tour.
No, absolutely. And then at the end, how to keep the community along is how to build a community, no? And this is the major challenge. Right now, we can see that most of the clubs here in Dubai, I'm talking about Dubai, that is the scene that I know better. Most of them, they're in Al Quds, and some of them, they are even neighbors. So we need to do new initiatives. I'm really willing and I'm really betting and I'm really hoping on the UAP, the Padel Federation, to step in. I know that they have new things in mind. I think they will be launching new category soon. But this is something that should come, and this is how it will grow. We are mentioning that we are lacking of this club tournaments or league, that I think this was something nice that we had for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is the only way of building the community. If people really feel, it really gets into defending their club t-shirt on Fridays, on Mondays. Maybe the seniors can play on Mondays. Maybe.
Well, one thing I will say, and coming back to what you were talking about, because there's a lot of clubs obviously in Al Ghuz and so on. It's like very concentrated in certain areas. New club opened, I think, now in DIP called Paddle One. What I'm seeing from the real estate industry, also just a bit of information out there, a lot of developers are now including paddle courts in their developments.
This is what happened in the 90s in Spain.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that but now it becomes something, and now more people will start. I'm always saying that that Alejandro Galán start playing paddle because their parents, they bought in Leganés their flat, right. And in the community they were having 2 paddle courts, and because of it, he started playing on a daily basis, as it was his playground.
James, we've got to get Luis back on. I think there's a lot more other things that we need to talk about, including his friends, the paddle pros.
Yeah.
We share some similar friends, by the way. But Luis, Luis. I almost called you Galan. Ale. Luis, thank you so much for being on the show. It was really amazing. Like I said, we've got to get you back on. We've got a lot of other things to talk about. Really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your background and knowledge and in-depth information on paddle. Guys, thank you for tuning in. One thing I would like to request, the controversial topic of prize money in paddle. Leave your comments below. We would love to hear back what you think about prize money here or all over the world in amateur level paddle.
Yep.
What do you reckon, James?
Yeah,
Let's
100%.
ask that question.
100%.
Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, all of the above. The Golden Point UAE. Thank you.